Oh, it's in the room?
There's a teleport room that's like...
Okay.
It's like an antechamber or something.
Because it's shared, like, other people use it. It's, like...
The people are visiting. It's right before the foyer.
Yeah, it's for, like, family and, so, like, your Aunt Serena uses it, Artius's personal staff uses it, so, like, Taliki and Han and Lister.
Can I vortex warp a nice outfit from my closet to me?
Yeah, I like it. It's technically supposed to be a creature, but like I like this, so let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, I'm gonna vortex warp an outfit to me, tuck myself behind a curtain, get myself dressed, and back in my normal.
It looks like the Spoons dance from...
so that I'm not in servant's gear. And then I'm gonna... Might go.
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Kiara flips your collar to be a little bit, like, neater.
Yeah, and then Luna, like, just kind of fixes your hair a little.
Thank you.
At this moment,
And so then...
you guys
Your Majesty.
can also undress out of your ridiculous fake clothes.
Yeah. Behind a curtain. Beyond a curtain, Kiara's gonna see how the... Yeah. There's a bunch of curtains. We can all... It's a lot of pretty drapery. Yeah. Find drapery. Go.
Drapery everywhere. Where
Kiara fishes out everyone's
like
outfits from her
tons of
bag
drapery
holding.
everywhere.
Okay, yeah.
All
for
drapery.
Now the teleport room has a lot of curtains.
Yes! It's like their banners on the wall and tapestries, but like,
Yeah, you guys
Whichever.
like just kind of like slip behind them.
Just looks like a bunch of like tapestry ghost punching, but it's really just a dressing. Kiara's like pelting everyone with their clothes coming out of her bag of holding, like, yours, mine, and goes behind them.
Would Ellie and Kiara be changing in the kind of same space, and would she notice you looking at a scar or anything like that?
Good.
It's it's up to you guys.
Yeah, it's probably in like a rush to be like, she passes Ellie like only like the little vest part. Like, hey, wait, you still have my dress thing. And Kara's like, oh yeah, fine, here, hold on. And she's just like, she's already like halfway out of the thing. So she's like sort of drops into the bag, grabs it, passes it to you. As she turns, you probably see like this black mark on her belly, like her center. And then when she turns a little bit, she sort of like takes a look at it, see if it's any bigger. It's nothing weird, just weird.
It's a little bigger.
I'm like, did you get like a tattoo or is it?
No. And Kiara's like, oh, no, I didn't. Just checking on it. Kiara's not really trying to hide anything. She just has this long-standing rule of, if I don't say anything, I'm not technically lying. And so she's like, I'm not gonna lie to you because I'm bad, is usually her like whole thing. So it's just like, I won't lie, but I also will not offer information unless continually probed about it. So Kiara's like, no, I didn't get a tattoo. Just got a spot.
Now. You want to roll? Because Kiara's
like, Ellie's like, well, if it hurts or anything. I mean, it doesn't look like
you got like a... Yeah, she's like, it's not ink or anything. You got a... what is that spell that does cure, like, disease or whatever?
Yeah, I can heal you. And I, like, bring up my, like, hands as I do cure wounds. Try to
So
cure it
you heal her, and it still takes, but the spot doesn't go away. Like, it doesn't hurt Kiara in any way. It just feels weird. It just feels very weird.
It's like an occupied space in a body that you occupy. It's like a place within a place, and it's like, nope.
Would I be able to do like maybe like a medicine check, nature check?
Arcana or something.
You can do a
I'm like,
pick one.
I'm like, does that feel any better after I like cast Cure Wounds?
It feels about the same.
Huh.
Kiara's been meaning not to address it later on, so she's like, no.
Check. I'm not proficient in it, but it just seems it's appropriate. And I'm gonna cast guidance on myself, because by golly, I cannot roll above a 1 today.
Do reverse rolls. See what happens. Did you get a nat 20?
No, I got a 3, so that would be
17?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so 17.
That's the roll since your dice are obviously trying to kill you today.
Yeah.
Non-lethal check, but it feels lethal.
That's 17 plus 2 plus
19.
Plus 19 plus 5. Hey, 24.
Okay. You do a medicine check.
Mm-hmm.
You are certain that this is not a rash. This is not a scar. This is not any medical
ailment
you've encountered before. It almost reminds you of like a birthmark.
This kind of. Yeah, I was just like, it doesn't look like a scar or wound, and you said it didn't hurt. You sure this isn't just like a birthmark?
That does make Kiara laugh. She's like, oh.
Last I've been looking at my belly for a while, and I'd never had this before, so it as far as I can tell for the timing occurred in the Feywild after we went into the Feywild, so I only just recently noticed it today, so
maybe the Fey gave you a birthmark.
Well, I don't think it was the Fae. Kiara just straightforward. I don't think it was the Fae.
You guys finished?
Finish changing.
While they're changing,
it's just like all this hushed whispering behind it.
while they're all changing, I just flip out, grab a servant, tell them to prepare the one of the sitting rooms for some very special guests that my brother will be seeing, and that there should be food and some nice drink, and get it all prepared.
Okay, so while you're out there, you're talking to the servant, and down the hallway comes
Aunt Cyrena. Just for context, she is the former Empress consort.
Also fulfills a role as a Minister of Finance. So she's
the one that scares me.
No, she's not.
Oh, there she is. She's the one that I like.
Yeah, Serena's pretty cool. So she comes up and she says, "There you are." Wrong accent. There you are. Where have you been?
I've been around. You haven't seen me?
You didn't notice I'm here?
Here, I'm there.
I thought you were going to your mother's for Entrine, but then we received word that you had not arrived.
I was just hanging out as a cat around the stables. That's it.
Okay, make a deception check.
Is it in line with something that you do, probably?
Yeah, it's in line with something you should do, so the DC is lower.
12. Thank you. 12!
And her eyes rest on you. She says, "Well, you do go there a lot. And you do really like that Gaius kid."
We just talk.
Just talk.
Yes, well,
I did a lot
anyways.
of talking when I was younger.
Well, anyways, I was supposed to greet some very important guests now, that are gonna come in, and...
We have guests coming? I don't believe that was in the schedule.
She actually pulls out her schedule and her planner and looks at it.
It was a surprise.
Did I get the letters from Luna? the letters of introduction?
Yeah, I would say that she put those out. I feel like she would like have those prepared.
Yeah, because
it's just sitting there with like a singular business card. It's like, oh yeah, leave it with my pen stuff. Oh hey, there it is.
Here's maybe I'll call Luna out and be like, this is what's her title?
Her father is technically an earl, even though we just call him Lord Mark all the time. So anyway, she's Lady Luna of Arnell.
Lady Luna of
Arnell. Verkus of the Leicester Kingdom, probably.
And here are their papers. And
so Cyrena takes the paper in hand and looks at it.
And this is perfect because Ardius said I could have my own ball here instead of going to his ball over there. So he sent me some guests that I get to entertain and have a ball with.
I love this.
And you see her she goes and touches her earring. She has a couple of them. She touches them. And she keeps her eyes on you. And you know that she is using her, like, basically her sending earring. Because you have one that also goes to Ardius. She's using hers that connects to him. And
there's a princess here that was specifically sent to speak to Ardius. And he sent her here then. Or something like that.
And I just kind of nervously wave.
Well, he did say yes to a ball. Just don't think he meant it to be tonight.
Well, this is authentic as far as I can tell, but it is highly irregular to have guests appear unannounced.
I like that Deirdre and Kiara are just like,
deny me my ball?
I like to do that. Deirdre and Kiara are just like leaning against the wall so that they can't really be seen, but they're just like, oh. We should probably leave us as like a surprise that is not so surprising. So like, we'll just wait.
After all, we have Lady Luna. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh gosh, let me just bring up her notes because she has a long name.
She says, well, how did you meet, I had no idea that Ari had friends in the Leicester Kingdom. We have hardly any connections there at all.
She's my pen pal.
And then it's just like, yep, pen pals, that's We've been writing each other for months.
It's really
for a month. Instant connection.
We both just love animals and writing
and music.
Being important and turning into animals.
It's true. She loves animals.
Like Druid sisterhood here.
Okay, sorry. Well, certainly, and who is this your only guest? And we'll say that like Theron and Nualia also come up, and Nualia is like covered in like twigs and things in the wild. And she's like,
I need an address.
Hey. And Theron's the only one who like Theron offers like a proper bow and says, "Hello, I am Theron Meliamne of the Elven Principalities. My father was the late Duke, late Baron Velios. No." And so her eyes go wide, and she's like, "Oh, that was quite the scandal. I heard that he had recently. Actually, no, she wouldn't have. No.
She's like, I was not aware that he was ill.
That is not publicly known yet. She's like, oh, that was.
I wasn't aware he was ill.
would that make you Tarina's sister? And you're like, oh yes, she's I'm so very sorry for the loss.
Does he introduce his stepmom or?
And he's like, and he kind of like, he turns and he kind of looks at you guys like, are we doing this? What are we doing?
We both just have the same like, like, it's up to you, man. You get to want to drop this ball.
Okay, so here is her Serena's full title. She is
Empress, Dowager Empress Cyrena Sisufrene Zaldus, High Minister of Imperial Finances.
and
Nice.
so Theron gestures towards the back and he says, and this is my stepmother, Deirdre Brayden Meliamne, recently married to Lavaulx and her bodyguard, Kiara. And Deirdre walks up and says hello, and then the aunt's eyes just go wider and wider. She's just like,
Learning how to make connections and friendships to bridge old wounds and forge forward in a new and brighter future.
God, I love how you're selling it.
well, I would not be opposed to.
Kiara does actually do like a soldier bow, like yo.
I just
That's why we need snacks, drinks.
And one of the nice sitting rooms.
um
And some music. What's a ball without music?
it's just this, of course you can have the believe the west sitting room is available. And would you require the should I invite more people? Or do you want this to be more of a private event?
I think we're pretty good. You know, for it, it's a good size.
It's personable.
Okay, and she says, of course, let's go to the west sitting room and bring, she snaps, then sends someone off to, she'll gesture the guards actually, they're around, bring the musicians. And she requests a harpist specifically. And so you guys specifically go and settle into the west sitting room. There you go. Like, the castle is made of this dark stone, and the hallways are very tall, and it's a drafty, but there's like tapestries, drapery, arcane elves, really like triangle shapes. There's a lot of, you know, curves, and then kind of like a sharp edge curve, and then a sharp edge. It has this kind of unique quality to the shape language. They do have a lot of curtains. They also do seem to favor red as their national color.
Oh, Kiara actually likes the red. She just like keeps on looking and she's like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah, there's just this gorgeous dark red along the walls.
There are a lot of stained glass windows as well, but
What time of day is it?
I would say it's like.
Is it still light? I need my goggles.
Like,
No,
I imagine
it's dark in our.
It's like late evening, so like that's. But no, that's actually like their really active time because they're basically nocturnal. So
Oh, excellent.
yeah. So
It's not like they went
It's pretty
topside
dark.
immediately and it's all blinding.
It's dark here, anyways.
yeah, it's dark all the time.
And the lights that they have are crystal, illuminated, and they are magically powered. And you go upstairs to the sitting room, and I'm just trying to think of words. They use wood, like dark cherry wood, plush chairs, very ornate, elaborate furniture, English style. If you're similar to an English style, if you're familiar to like furniture that would be in like, I don't know, the Chatswood house.
And you see a lot of, so you're going through the hallway and you see a lot of paintings, okay? And there are names, plaques with names underneath each one. And so you pass by.
You come across the painting of Ari, and next to it, the party sees another painting that says Valexiael, and it's of a young arcane elf female who looks strikingly similar to Ari, like a mirror image. Next to that is a very beautiful arcanic woman. Her name is Kiel. Long black tresses, beautiful cheekbones. You basically go down Ari's immediate family tree. You see her sister Lilka, her sister Kiel, as mentioned before, her other sister Brenna, her other sister Enid. The resemblance they have are tied together in one portrait of that of their mother, Grand Duchess Majira. You see portraits of previous emperors such as Valasilios, who is Artias's successor, a portrait of Artias himself, a portrait of two males with plaques that read Melgwyn and Cyrus, and at the end there is a grand portrait of all the aforementioned individuals poised for a family portrait.
Very sad looking.
Yeah, a lot of them aren't smiling.
It's just they're super stately,
Yeah.
wearing super like pretty stuff, but like, you know,
There is the one
they're voguing.
There's one that is smiling, and it's Lilka.
She is the second eldest sister.
I'll be like, she's nice, she's not nice, he's dead. We'll just keep going.
Yeah, I like look and see like all like the stoic faces, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can see the resemblance. Oh, but you're so different from Artias.
Everybody's different. It just, when you have to sit for a painting, it's really hard to smile the whole time.
Oh, makes sense.
Alright, you are now in the sitting room, and what do you do?
That was very well handled. Like the minute the door closes and it's just all of them, like Kiara's like neutral, like I'm a guard and I'm very, her militant expression like dissipates and immediately it's like this cracks into a smile. That was very well done.
We still have a harpist, right?
Yeah. A few minutes later, a harpist comes in and starts playing.
Oh yeah.
Well, thank you.
And you're
Well, we're having a ball. Does anybody want to dance?
So this is like, I've only been to one other ball, and it was literally in the Feywild. So,
Well,
What do you-
there's snacks.
You want to dance at a ball? Dance.
Got plenty of dance partners.
I think Lena would dance, personally.
Pretty like she's like, oh yeah, come on, let's go.
Yeah, come on. And so Elena offers her hand to I would say Ari, but I'm sure you want to RP with actual Mckenna. So I'll have Luna dance with Nualia. Two of them start dancing and conversing.
Lee, would you like me to teach you how to dance?
Lesson 1 for princesses.
Yeah, sure.
I will begin to teach Ellie how to dance.
Hey,
Sorry, I don't usually take the boy side, but I'll do my best.
Leading.
Okay. And I start moving my feet frantically.
Are you like
No.
imitating Artias's expression? Zone.
And I start spinning.
There's like sandstorm playing in her head,
Okay,
but like it's a beautiful
pause.
artful.
It's 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, let's do it. The simple steps.
Though.
The
Steps.
beats of the harp music.
the harpist is just starting to pluck just a 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Keep it simple. She's learning how to be a princess.
Okay. And then I put my arms around her and I go.
All right, and you're gonna start with your, I think it's the left foot, right foot.
Ladies
For
have
girls.
the right foot. Usually.
Right foot, that's right.
Uh-huh.
Alright.
So you're gonna
Ellie, make a performance check.
I'm feeling lucky. Let's go with normal rolls.
Been a while since I've done ballroom dancing.
All right. Ari's a pretty good teacher. My charisma's not that bad. It's 15.
Great.
But I'm I'm getting the step, but I'm very audibly counting out loud with the music. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
And then just follow my lead, and you just follow me, and I'll lead you through the dance.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Ellie is very visibly she's nodding but not looking at you because she's so
Looking at the feet.
yeah, she's looking at the feet.
All right. Look at my eyes and keep doing what you're doing with your feet.
But how crazy what my feet are doing?
You just have to keep doing exactly what you're doing.
You know how to walk. Keep track of where your feet are walking. They're fine. Kiara says that in passing as she's going to sidle up next to the harpist, not too close in case they're so she just pulls out her flute. It's within
comfortable bubble, and she just pulls out her flute, and since the harpist is doing just 1 2 3 1 2 3, she just starts playing a little flute beat to sort of lead them through it. I'll make a performance check for that. Wah! 19 plus 2.
Wow.
Okay, so
That was almost a 1. It was
Ellie
boom, boom, boom.
Ellie is learning
While
how to dance. Ari's teaching her, and then Kiara does a sick flute number, and Theron is dancing with Deirdre, and everyone's having a good time. And
Okay, yeah, being a princess is easy.
it's at that point that the doors open.
Uh-huh.
Guess who's home?
Hey, buddy, how's it going? Have a fun party? So did we.
Just a whole record scratch or something.
The flute goes or go home.
Arceus comes in. He has his guard with him. He has Lister and Vaughn. And then Vaughn opens up with, "Hey, Ari, what you been up to?"
We're setting up a ball. We've been having a ball.
Whoa, that's so great. You must have been here all night, right?
Yeah.
Kiara's smiling behind the flute, but she's just gonna sit but it's it doesn't reach her. It's
I've been here most of the night, yes. Otherwise, I was out at the stables as a cat, hanging out. Because I was bored.
waiting for your guest to arrive.
I just imagine this whole explanation while my Ellie's arms are just kind of draped around Ari.
And I met this new friend.
I'm teaching her how to dance. Apparently, she didn't know.
And he just stands there and takes it all in, and there's this slow head turn where he just acknowledges Kiara, and he's okay.
The minute he acknowledges her, by the way, as soon as she is oh, yeah, and then she just does a little formality.
Says, "Of course you've been here all night. Perhaps you'd like to explain how the augmenting room got destroyed."
The what? Got destroyed? How? I don't know how it got destroyed.
The what?
Oh my goodness! Paylor's hat! How?
Who destroyed augmenting room?
How so very dare?
And then,
I love this family.
Yes, of course. The mysterious augmenting room was spontaneously destroyed, and somehow Ellie managed to teleport through with her entourage. Is that what you're telling me?
I suppose so.
Yeah. And Ellie like looks towards Ori and then looks towards Artis. Yes.
I want your tutelage, but I also wanted friendship.
He just looked.
Tiara's like lips just slowly disappear into a thinner and thinner line, like feel like this is not going well.
Well, since you're here, introductions, shall we? And here you have the entire guest list. You're quite fast
Yes.
to uptake me on that ball popper.
Seemed like a nice distraction, and I was still upset that you didn't bring me to your ball.
Well, how fortunate that you were able to find completely foreign friends to bring to our home. Friends I've never heard of or met.
I'm pen pals with one of them.
Oh, pen pals.
Yes.
Didn't mention they were pen pals.
Well, yes, right here.
Accusatory point to Luna.
That's just not everything.
Both of them just relax, like, oh, great.
Yeah, Ellie leans into Ari and like it's just like, I think Artis is buying it.
And then like Kiara's just like her eyebrows just slowly push into like a it's just like a journey for her face, like
And he just he staples his hands together. Ari, I would like to have a word with you. He just kind of gestures out.
Just one?
It's really not.
I don't want to have a word with you.
He's really not. Oh, and like Ellie has like a dour expression on her face, but she's still upright because she's still like trying to learn that proper position of like how you dance.
Okay. Just one word? Alright.
Just one. There's a timer. It's
I
not
will,
polite to leave your guests alone, according to the Princess Handbook.
So
I don't know.
you go and you meet him in like another drawing room, and he's just like, it's just like a lot of hand motions because he doesn't even have like words at this moment. He's just like, I can't. So, I want the truth.
You had truth. I'm hurt that you don't believe me.
More of the truth.
I have a bunch of new friends. We all met at this ball. That's true.
Drinking was a mistake.
He's like, well, I can't say that I'm entirely happy with my very expensive augmenting room being broken. I do recognize that you pulled off an incredible feat, though, as you cast a little spell unsupervised. I've also expressed that I am upset that you went against my wishes to go to a place that was
Gone completely unsupervised.
Yeah, like that you went unsupervised, unprotected, and presumably alone. And I am also hurt that you went into my private chambers to take objects from me.
I just wanted to see your heartfelt letters. I'm sorry.
It's just like... It's just like... But most of all, I'm just glad you're okay. He comes and hugs you. He says, "You're really gonna kill me this way."
Next time, just take me to the ball.
If you look back, this is honestly your fault.
That is the problem.
I believe the point is being completely missed. But what's done is done. That's what your friends. They're now here.
Yes, they are my friends. Really.
Yeah.
Okay, so
They're nice, right?
yeah. It's just goes back to like somber expression.
While they were talking, I was sitting with Kiara, and I'm like, "Man, Ari's a really good liar. I think she."
In the other room, Ari, you might hear ah! That sneaked up on Kiara right in the and like
I'm
the giggle gallbladder. It's like ah! The
She said, "I'm sorry I destroyed the room. I didn't mean to. I thought I could do it, but I didn't do it right."
And you feel his hand just run down the back of your head. Next time, if you want to use the room, just ask to leave your name. No, I'm gonna ask you to help repair it. Be a good learning experience.
For responsibility and arcana.
Okay.
As for
This
now,
poor man.
we have guests to attend to, apparently.
And that's when you heard the aha.
Apparently.
It's like still a sharp cackle as you immediately like I'm going to tell you something.
When you're lying, if you can't find a good lie, and look me in the eyes when I tell you this, she's like looking at you, it's like, never embellish. Stick as close to the truth as you can, and if you can help it, lie by omission. If you can't make up a good enough lie, avoid directly addressing the lie that you're trying to conceal. Best lies are told when they're not even spoken of.
Yes.
Ellie's writing this down.
Yes, like her eyes are like dead locked on Kiara. It's like pipe. Kiara like lightly holds up the book thing so you can write and have your pipe at the same time. All right, now lass.
In the next moments, we're going to be introduced to the Empire, and I'm going to, and she like looks over. It's like, where's Luna?
She's
yeah, she's just like, she just looks at the both of them. Yeah.
Diplomacy is key. And I'm just going to let you in on this in case you were not aware. Being that this is an empire, I'm pretty sure they can sort out which one of us was brought up to take them down. So, I'm not going to be as free-speaking as I normally am, and it isn't because I'm mad at you, it isn't because I think you can't handle it, or if I'm not disappointed, we're going to be on our best behavior here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you already taught me how to lie, so it'll be fine.
Kiara has a little bit of moment, like, in her mind. Oh!
Just, I'll go first.
Okay.
And Kiara just, like, looks at her. Talked. Just talked. Right?
Yeah.
But great. Yeah.
So the doors come back. Ari and Artius come back in.
Kiara immediately straightens up into military position, like,
Ari looks really sullen.
I got in trouble.
And
At least he didn't ground me.
he's like, he's like, we'll talk about that later. And behind Artius comes in Taliki, who is his assistant and court mage, and she introduces him. She says, "So this is Emperor Artius Centric. Actually, his middle name is Lavaulx. And you all know the princess. Please begin by introducing yourself." Luna begins with a deep curtsy. She says, "My name is Luna Arnell, daughter of Lord Mark Arnell of the Kingdom of Leicester in the city of Fergus. It is a very good pleasure to meet you, Your Highness," I believe is the right one.
Or would it be excellent? I don't know.
He offers her a nod and says, "Pleasure."
Look forward to hearing about how we can benefit each other. And Luna then gestures, says, "This is Nualia Meliamne, along with Baron Meliamne, who are the children of Baron Meliamne,
And his recent wife.
Lady Deirdre Braden Meliamne." And Deirdre says, "Hello, but it's a pleasure to meet you, Your Highness. May I speak freely?" And there's a moment where he just nods, and she says, "You might actually know me under a different name. Superstar 67.
Her lip just
Thin line. Kiara, like, don't laugh.
And then he goes, Superstar?
How did you... We'll talk about that later.
It's actually nice to meet you.
Later.
That's such a cool name.
And then Deirdre points to Kiara and this is my bodyguard, Kiara Stranahold. And Arcus tilts his head and he looks at Kiara and he says, Stranahold.
He says my last name.
Are you related to Rian?
Aye, he's my he's all aye. You know my uncle then. Yeah, so you know my uncle then, Your Excellency.
Yes, we both went to Starseeker. We all know how that turned out. And the Starseeker Academy is no longer an academy, so that's like what he's referring to.
He's probably mentioned that to me during our heart to hearts, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kiara, you remember one time you were having a heart to heart with Lucius, and you asked him about how he got away from Bureauchat. And he confessed to you that one time he was at school and he was hanging out with his friend Artius. And then this freaking demon comes out of nowhere. Actually, he was a devil. And she shows up and is like, "You got mad magic skills." And Artius is the one who actually fainted. And then Lucius was the one who was like, "Sign me up."
Bruh. high five. They high fived over his unconscious body.
Yes. Patch made. So, like, those connections haven't been made.
And because we're looking at each other, he'll notice that there's just this moment where, like, her eyebrows, like, relax, like, before, like, she goes right back to, like, master. And she's like, he may have mentioned you, actually.
Something good, I hope. I've done a lot of stupid things.
Trying not to smile. Don't smile. Don't smile, you're being watched.
And that's everyone. So he turns to Ellie. Well, we've already met Ellie.
So
yeah, I like curtsy, and I'm like,
actually, technically, Arturo and his mom would have come with you. So they're also there, and they introduce themselves. They're like,
you've just been chilling.
They're like,
you're really enjoying
the food too.
They bow, they exchange pleasantries. They're aware of him, and he's aware of them, and so things kind of cool off. You've met him. Things are going smoothly. There is at one point
before he disperses you guys formally, he says, I would like to speak to you individually. And then he looks to Luna. Miss Arno, I begin with you. And she says, yeah.
Yeah, so Luna walks with Artius into the hallway, and they go into one of the side conference rooms. She's gone for about 10 ticks, and then she comes back looking pretty normal. Nualia is the first to see her, so she comes up and asks, well, what did he say? Why were you gone for so long?
She says, well, it was like an interview. He just kind of wanted to know who I was and what I was about and my intentions with Ari, things like that.
And next up, he goes through, he talks to Theron individually. He talks to Nualia individually. He talks to Deirdre, which is longer. And at one point, you actually hear a burst of giggles from the room. Laughter. And from the hallway. Two come back from the hallway. Both very serious.
We heard those.
I laugh occasionally.
You were laughing.
Ari leads to her brother. I heard you laugh.
Kiara and Deirdre probably pass each other. They're just like this little eyebrow arch, like. It's like making friends.
Making friends.
Make friends.
And then Deirdre's just like, he's very funny when it comes to like linguistic jokes, It's fun. She explains that because both of them speak multiple languages, they make jokes in that context.
It's like puns in different languages that overlap. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's wordplay, yeah. Yeah.
Nerds.
Yes. Nerd joke. Oh, of course.
And he's interviewed Ellie and Luna, and he knows Ari, so all we have left is Kiara, so it's time for one-on-one time.
Right. I imagine the walk to wherever they're going to be interviewing is like very quiet. It's just like,
yeah, it's really quiet. He's 6'2", so he's taller than you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I would in the time that we've just kind of been waiting, I'm just kind of talking to Kiara and be like, yeah, so he doesn't really react to anything, so you don't really have anything to worry about. He's not gonna be mad, he's not gonna be happy, he's not gonna laugh.
He might be mad.
He might be mad.
He probably won't be mad at you. You're a guest. He'll treat you respectfully.
And Kiara does have a significant look between her and Ari, because Ari and Kiara know the whole thing. kingdom's at war. Great. And she just like looks at her, she sort of smiles. Thought so then.
Like I told
Like tongue-in-cheek humor.
like I told Artius that we were in a dwarven submarine filled with fish people, and he didn't react at all.
He just nodded. I see.
Did you by any chance tell him about our adventures with all your friends?
Yeah, I told him about like the demons that we fought, and how Luna turned into a werewolf, and how we were in the Drow City, and we were trying to escape the formation.
I was just like sagely nodding, like, all right. She wants to know what he knows.
Yeah, I told him everything.
And that she stops nodding. She's like, right. Right. So, and then she just like lightly, she picks up Ellie's hand, puts her hand over Ellie's, and just like, so he might understand that all of this, so this whole setup, it's a lie.
What?
I'm also going to tell you another thing about lies. The reason why they don't work when there's multiple people is because everyone has an account of what they know, and if they don't line up,
That's where you find where the lie is. So, what you're telling me is I'm going to go in there, and I'm just going to have to be very direct with what's happening. Is that what I guess? Yeah. Is that where you got me?
That's what I.
No, you're not in trouble. You're not in trouble. You're not in trouble.
Kiara just smiles and she's like,
You did great, lass. You followed your heart and you found a friend.
and then she just looks at Ari, you friends. Just...
nothing like friends, like mutual shenanigans.
Yeah. Yeah, Kiara's finding this very ironically hilarious.
And she's like, oh, I just find that it's a great relief that I'm a deserter, so. There we go.
Hello, this is Tiffany, your GM for Dungeon Damsels. We update on Wednesdays and Saturdays now at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We have merchandise on our Redbubble and on links via the Linktree. We also have coffee and a Patreon if you wish to donate to us. Please like, subscribe, and comment, as we would love to hear from you. You can also find us on basically every podcast platform out there if you can't sit down and listen to a YouTube video. And if you're wondering why we don't stream, it's because my internet can't support it. But regardless, thank you for listening and watching. And remember to be kind, inclusive, and loving.